Hello, this is Michael Paul with New Orleans Scottish Rite College. I'd like to do a video today on a subject that has been on my mind for the last few years. It has to do with our concept of reality and how it may apply to our understanding of Masonic history, how it has or has not been preserved, and Freemasonry itself. Let's start with what we know of reality. Over the years, I've known police officers who have told me of problems they've had with eyewitnesses to crimes. Some guy will come into a store and rob the place. He gets the money from the cashier and then runs out the door. Everyone in the store is obviously shaken and they call the police. When the police arrive, they start questioning everyone to try to get a description of the bad guy. One witness says he was about 5'7" or 5'8" and wearing a blue shirt. Another says that he was about 6'2" and wearing a green shirt. So what is the reality? The witnesses weren't trying to play games with the police or trying to mislead them. They were telling them exactly what they remembered. The problem is, people don't always remember things exactly the same way. Our reality is not always the same as someone else's. My wife and I talk about events we both went to, but differ on things that happened. So how is it possible to remember things differently? And this leads us to something I've been talking about with a few friends lately. It's called last Thursdayism. Some years back, it seems that a group of grad students and professors at an Ivy League university were sitting around discussing quantum physics and various theories. The discussion moved to the creation of the universe. One of them said he wanted to throw something out. He asked them what they would think if he told them that the entire universe, everything that we know of and don't know of, was created last Thursday. In addition, every memory that every one of us has of anything and everything prior to last Thursday, along with every bit of physical evidence of things created prior to last Thursday, were also created last Thursday. The group started laughing, but then they started thinking about it, and they stopped laughing. They realized that this was a valid theory. It doesn't mean that it is the truth, but it was a valid theory. They realized that if all of our memories were created on Thursday, along with everything else in the universe, then it is possible, in theory, that everything in the universe is less than a week old, and we just don't acknowledge it in our altered memories. Now, most people dismiss this kind of thought as nonsense, but the theory has grown very popular. Do a Google search of last Thursdayism. Have a look at some of the wild thoughts and even a religion that has been created around this theory. But again, what is reality when it comes to memories of what we know or what we don't know of our history? What exactly did happen in the past, and how do we know that what we know about any aspect of history is the truth about what happened in the past? Napoleon Bonaparte is often cited as saying, history is a set of lies agreed upon. But is that correct? Well, if one group of people or a nation decides that it wants to conquer another group of people or another nation, they will need to make sure that their army is larger, better equipped, and more skilled than the other army. But if a group of people wants to completely destroy another group of people, then they don't just have to defeat their army, they must destroy their history. Look at the Mayan Indians. They had an enormously complex culture and even a massive library containing their history and philosophy. But all of that was destroyed. All that remains are 3 books from which we base all of our understanding of the Mayan people. To think that we have today any real understanding of the Mayan culture or their people is at best wishful thinking. And what of Freemasonry? We must understand the tremendous holes that we have in our history. As far as Louisiana Freemasonry, that's my Freemasonry. It became clear long ago that just like the Mayan Indians, much of our history was deliberately destroyed. It seems that there were aspects of our history that individuals at that time wanted to deny and forget. They destroyed us to recreate us as they wanted. By the destruction of records and documents, this plan of lost historical memory was successful for many years. It would be naive and greatly misinformed to suggest that we have a complete and accurate understanding of Louisiana Freemasonry. So what is our reality? What is our history? I can't completely tell you, but I can tell you that great effort is being made to relearn what was lost, bit by bit by bit. I can also tell you that who we are is made up of a collective understanding of things from our past. Knowing who and what we are is important. If the goal of Freemasonry is to improve ourselves, then before we can accomplish that, we have to understand ourselves. With only bits and pieces of our past, our understanding of ourselves is limited. If our understanding of the past is false, then any attempt at self-improvement is based on a lie, and it is doomed before it starts. For those who say that our history is a waste of time or unimportant, you're wrong. It's very important. One of the greatest losses for lodges in the whole of Freemasonry is the loss of records and history. Careless handling and storage causes more loss of records than we can realize. Please do this. Next time you're at your lodge, have a look at that storage place that no one ever visits. Have a look to see if you have any old minutes, books, or documents or records. If your lodge is over 50 or 75 years old, then those records are important. Take a little time to scan them, photograph them, or do something to make sure that they are preserved. And talk to others about what you have found. What you discover may not seem very important to you or anyone in the lodge, but it can hold very important answers to questions for those who understand what the records mean. Recognize that our history belongs to all of us, and if you can't reasonably care for these important documents, then contact your Grand Lodge or any university research center to see if they can care for your documents. Our history belongs to us all. If the truth is that everything was created only last Thursday, then the truth is that our history doesn't matter. But if humanity has existed long before last Thursday, then our history greatly matters, and we have a responsibility to preserve it. Please do whatever is necessary to keep our history safe and known. Thank you for watching. I hope this video has been of some value. If you like the channel, please hit the like button and subscribe to us. See you next time.